Good morning. I guess I'm just going to give the title and jump right in this morning. 2012, will our dreams come true? Mars is in retrograde. The largest solar storm in 6 years is sending its energy earthward, and the human race continues to dream. It's 2012. Everything in our world, especially the structures to which we have become accustomed, are facing a cosmic edict. Either change or go away. There's no hanging on to the old ways. They did not work. Now, in the new energy, everything must come to serve the highest good. Even George Casavalis, if that's how you say his name, says it's not an illusion. That's a cop-out. We are the ancient ones from our night, awakening from our nightmare and entering the fulfillment stage of our greatest dream. I had another one of those crazy dreams, and I woke up about an hour and a half ago, and I remembered I don't remember when I've remembered so many details in a dream. It was going from one scene to another, and it took place in Pennsylvania, in Towanda, Pennsylvania, to be precise. And in the dream, I was like hanging out outside of a bar, and it was in the parking along the street right by the courthouse, which I didn't remember that initially that's where it was. But then as I meditated on it, I realized that it's right across the street from the courthouse, and people were just hanging out, and I was asking some of the people that I had met if they remembered people that I knew when I used to live in Towanda, Pennsylvania, back in 1960, 66, 67. I don't remember the exact years anymore. I'd have to go back and look at my resume. But anyway, it was the mid 60s. No, it wasn't 66 or 67. I was in the Army then. It was 70 something. Anyway, 76, 77 I moved. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter the time. I did find out that they remembered Brillo and they remembered Dee Dee. And then as we were talking, I realized, hey, I've got to go. I left my cell phone home for this trip. I totally forgot it, and I have to do my video. Um, and I don't know what the cell phone had to do with it, but anyway, in my dream, I had to get a phone line, and I went to the bank. Now, bear in mind, it's the middle of the night, and I went into the bank and told them my predicament, that I needed to use the phone. And they said, well, we're here to serve 24/7. And I made a phone call. I tested something or made a phone call. And then I went back outside, and I ran into someone who was the son of a minister of the church I used to go to when I lived up in that area. A very hellfire and brimstone, charismatic, evangelical, fundamentalist, Pentecostal type church. And he recognized me. He says, "Yeah, I watched your videos," and that's about the time that I woke up. So I said, a lot of scattered things don't make sense, right? And then I meditate on it, and I try to make sense out of what doesn't seem to make sense at first, and even remembered that the place we were was the courtyard is in the front of the courthouse, and there's parking all around that area. At least there used to be. I don't know what it looks like now. I haven't been up there in quite a number of years. But there is a bar, or at least there used to be, right across the street from that. And why we were hanging out there, I don't know. But we were in that area, parking along there, and there was a bunch of people talking, and I remembered all that anyway. What is the point, Ron? What is the point? The point that got me most when I went into the meditation room is that the bank was open in the middle of the night, and they're there to serve 24/7. There were two people, a man and a woman, in the bank. I specifically remember, I think I asked the woman, but the man answered, "We're here to serve 24/7." And that got my attention. Banks don't stay open to serve the public. Certainly not in the middle of the night, and certainly not 24/7. Something had changed in my dream, where the bank was now there to serve the people. That was the message that came through loud and clear. Now it's interesting because the headquarters of the bank that in the lawsuit that I've been involved in, of course it's the third bank that's been involved because the other two banks were swallowed up. But the headquarters is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So the bank, I don't know what kind of a bank it was that I went into in the dream. That did not come to me, whether it was PNC or something else. But PNC's headquarters is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And they're there to serve 24/7. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do for me in regard to the situation that I'm in regarding my home and the lawyer trying to steal my home on behalf of the bank. And I've written to the officers that operating the board, so to speak, of the PNC Bank, and I have not gotten a response back except the card that says that they received the certified mail. So I do have the return receipt, and I did get one back yesterday from the U.S. Supreme Court, although no letter yet from that. The only courts that have answered are the federal court in Orlando and the Florida Supreme Court. Anyway, the idea that there's a shift coming where banks are going to be there to help the people is a real shift. And that's what I feel the dream was telling me. Now, do I have a timetable? Of course I don't. Of course I don't. But we were right in the shadow of the courthouse in Towanda, where the first whole part of the dream was taking place, outside of a bar in the middle of the night. Now there was nothing, we weren't inside the court, but we were in the courtyard area, right there. And so I'm dealing with courts and banks, and both of them show up in my dream. And also the old time religion, the son of the minister recognizes me, and he's like grooving with my message that I'm giving. So the religion, the old time religion, is catching up. That was another message that I got in the meditation as I pondered the things that I vividly remembered in the dream. Now, I started the little blurb with Mars is in retrograde. Now, Mars is the war planet, and it affects the masculine. And the masculine is backing up and maybe allowing the more feminine qualities to finally take root. That's the message I'm giving, and in conjunction with the solar storm, the largest solar storm in 6 years, it said it was sending protons to the Earth in the one article that I read, and I thought, you're crazy. It's not protons, it's photons. But in any case, there's a shift in energy with the retrograde Mars and the solar storm conjuncting to happening at the same time. It's affecting what's happening on Earth. Now, as I said, the human race continues to dream, and much of our dream has been a nightmare. I mean, that's just the reality of it, folks. It's been a nightmare. I mean, the system, the structures of our system have not worked to do anything other than potentially awaken us, which they have succeeded in doing that. And if that was the purpose for them to be so terrible, well, they've done their job, and their services are no longer needed, as I often say. But the dream indicated a shift, a real shift in what's happening. There was certainly no fear on my part. The only anxiety was that I had forgotten my cell phone, and I don't use my cell phone to do these videos, so I have no idea. But it tied it into the present because I needed to do my video. And so, anyway, that's the strangeness of dreams. And we're moving from that nightmare, and I sense, and the sense that I was getting in the meditation, the sense of fulfillment, the sense of it coming to an end. All the nightmarish circumstances that have been thrown at not just me, but all of us. It's coming to an end. And the structures are shifting into service for humanity. Now, I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know the process. But my unconscious or subconscious or superconscious or whatever you want to call it, that part of me that connects with me during my dreams, that's the message I'm getting. I mean, you may interpret it differently for yourself. Now, as I came to the computer, I was asked to like a page. What is it called? Well, I actually clicked off the page to the first article. It's called Siddhartha and I, A Story Untold. And it was posted by my friend. Let me just scroll down here. Inakshi. Now, I hope I'm saying that name correctly. But I actually clicked on the Untold Story, or the Story Untold. And it caught my attention, which is why I'm reading it. You'll see. She wrote, or he, it's 3:44 a.m. See the connection? I was woken up by a sound, a familiar sound. I don't feel tired, neither do I want to go back to sleep. I guess I have procrastinated long enough, fearing what my loved ones would say or feel. But the truth is, my life is not about them. It's only about Siddhartha and me. Long before the angels dawned upon me, long before they whispered their names to me, long before I understood who I was through meditation, a long time ago he came to my door with open arms, spoke to me, embraced me when I was feeling left out and all alone. For many years I lived like I'm lost. Siddhartha came and gave me strength to walk. I remembered this each day of my life, feeling abandoned, orphaned, condemned, feeling nothing, absolutely nothing inside. He showed me love. He visited me in my dreams. I danced, I cried, while no one seemed to see the darkness inside. Siddhartha, my only light. Ah, it's been a long journey, my friend. Only love, his love, made me survive. There's more, but that's all I'm going to read. And again, I did not write that. That was the name that I said earlier. That could be the human race. And whether it's Siddhartha, the Buddha, whether it's Jesus, whether it's Lao Tzu, whether it's Saint Germain or an angelic figure, Muhammad, whatever, sometimes it's been our religion attached to a personality from the past that has gotten us through when we felt alienated and alone and unloved, disconnected. Our connection, it came through our religion. But as in my dream, even the old-time religions, plural, are giving way to the idea of unity, to the idea of laying down our warfare, overcoming our differences, and celebrating life together. This is where I think we're headed in 2012. These are the energies that are converging on the human spirit and on Mother Earth herself. We derive our energy from the mother, and she's going through a tremendous shift. She's in labor pains. The whole solar system is in labor pains to give birth to this new humanity. Us, the ancient ones, having traveled into this far country as prodigal sons and daughters, to have experiences in three-dimensional reality, in a polarized three-dimensional reality. Having these experiences and then remembering who we were. Who we were. She or whoever wrote this thing said she remembered who I was. She came to understand who I was through meditation. And as we meditate, we do remember who we are. And we are coming home. This is what 2012 is. Now, forget the dates. It's a window of opportunity. And it's here upon us now. It's not about fixing dates and setting yourself up for potential disappointment. It's just a matter of opening your heart and feeling the energies, paying attention to the intuition, to the dreams, to the visions, to the synchronicities that happen in your life. Paying attention to them, allowing the message to get home that something is different, something is coming. That's the message I'm getting from my own unconscious. I don't know how that's going to land with you this morning, but I thank you for listening whenever, at whatever time of day you listen to this message. Know that everything is okay. Everything is under control, and there is a cosmic edict that affects Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is going through a huge change, and structures that have not served humanity will either die or be transformed into structures that do serve humanity. For only that which serves the highest good can survive through these energies of 2012. Thank you for listening. Namaste.